started climbing, going to the wall, started bouldering, and then I met Mark.
Yeah, I was coaching, and Jamie was sort of holding his finger in pain. I never knew him at all, and I was just sort of walking past, and I was just like, "You all right? You know, your finger, remember?"
Yeah, I do. Yeah.
And I pretty much said, "How you do?" And then from there, I think you had decided to.
I emailed you. Yeah.
You messaged us and said, "Would you be interested in coaching me? I'm autistic." And I said, "Well, why don't?" I said, "I've never coached anyone autistic." I said, "But happy to give it a go." I said, "Meet your father." Round, feet over, dunk, jug, big move. To get over that to those heights, there's no footballs there, so you probably have to twist.
Twist.
Yeah, from there. Just see how you go and call it out.
Okay.
He met me at the climbing wall over a coffee, and then we just talked it through with your dad, and really it was just a matter of giving it a go and seeing. I had no idea at all. I hadn't looked at autism, had no interaction with it, and had only met Jay at the wall. So it was really just, that was the sort of beginning of it. I mean, the first session, I don't know if you can remember back, but it was.
I can try.
Yeah.
Go on.
So can you remember parts of the initial sessions? What they were, what it was like?
Yeah. Well, I was a bit flaky, as in I couldn't like work out a route or work out a boulder problem, or and find it difficult with like motor perception, coordination
was a
and left and right.
As a coach, left and right's pretty. Normally, you would be using it because you obviously, when someone's at height, you've got to find ways to communicate that. So that was something that we sort of worked around using noise and
any slight background noise in the background, people talking, or if they're doing something with their coaches, or I lose track of what Mark's telling me what to do, and then so I have to bring myself back into being focused on what Mark's saying to me. So I suppose that makes it even more challenging and more difficult.
So this is a bit more meaty.
Okay then.
Sort of feet. This is chunky, Jamie. You're going to have to try and get in with your feet. That's it. Once you get this, you're away, and then one more jug above, and then we'll move our feet up to the left now. So bringing over here and there, and then up to the right, and then we're going to have to use a hold it straight ahead of you. Put hold right in the middle. Yeah.
This one?
Yeah. Swap feet probably once you your mum and dad. They fully supported what we were doing.
Yeah.
And they allowed us to take the risks, so it was really just sort of playing games around the risk elements that other people might have found just too much to cope with, and that's fair enough.
I know I can be a handful, as in we're talkative, but if I come up with a topic or conversation, I don't know, I ramble on, and once I've started rambling, I'll then get out what I need to say. So that's what happens with me. I'll jump off from topic to topic, but
yeah, and that can.
He's got a lot of patience. Yeah, a lot of patience in me.
But at the same time, I was quite direct. When it was too much, I would just say, right, hit the brakes, give me a rest. I mean, we used that phrase.
He reminds me of Terminator. I guess climbing does help a lot with, I suppose, self-belief. I guess it just brings a sense of order into your life.
That was a big challenge for us. Obviously within autism, there's a sort of a framework of keeping things organised and structured, but we had to keep breaking that. To go and climb the Eiger, we had to travel across in intense places like airports, getting processed by security. I mean, watching Jay's face go through security in an airport's hilarious.
Yeah,
where he's just like,
it's
just building and building. But we just sort of, I had to sort of force Jay a bit with that side of it, and then it gets to the campsite, and then a bit of order. Once you had your own tent, in your space.
That's regulating the senses.
You
I
were
have
cool.
to regulate my senses, because I knew then if I'd like if things came like implosive for me and explosive, then I just start to just lose it completely, and I didn't want to do that in the airport, because I knew then if I'd done that I wouldn't have made it to go on the expedition, as well.
When you were on the Eiger, you were just really focused on. You were the most relaxed person in the whole climb.
Yeah.
And it just,
I did.
Do you know why that was, Jay?
Probably because it's like really spiritual. It reminds you of like these spiritual animals type thing. So, they're like a bear, for example. That's what mountains remind you of, bears. No,
this is what happens. This is where we're at, and what we do is that's what's just been said, and that's that. And then we move on. We say, right, let's get back on topic, or whatever it is we're doing. I mean, the experiences that we've had in a dangerous climbing environment where he's coming up with some gee-gaw-goo, it actually just chills the thing out. But sometimes on the Eiger we had to sort of, when there was rocks falling on everyone, we had to sort of focus a bit more.
Yeah, that question there now, there was rocks falling at me, I think everyone had to repeatedly say, duck, and then eventually got it then, I eventually got it, because I was about to look up in the sky, but no, I put my head down, because I think it's more cases that when people say something to me, is it registering up here straight away, or is it not as well? That's why I have to constantly just repeat themselves over and over. First went to the school, I couldn't read, I couldn't write, so that taught me a lot. Basically, in the school was learning to read and write. In the school, you just got a lot of structure, so you've got a lot of things that are set out. What you're doing in the morning, what you're doing in the afternoon, what you're doing in the evening. You've got a set of activities. It's just structure. That's what's good about the school. You're organised, and you know what you're going to do next, rather than thinking what you're going to do and overthink. Yeah, when I left school, I didn't have that routine. No, I didn't have that structure. I didn't have that discipline, and I didn't do as well as in being calm. Or I always used to have loads of meltdowns in my room, smash my room to bits, basically, and my posters, rip them off the walls, throw my bed everywhere. I was in like a tough place. These tough experiences have taught me who I am today, and it's made me a better person. I broadened my knowledge. Before I couldn't understand many things as well as I do now, so I wouldn't say I'm Mr. Gullible Jamie anymore. I personally think I'm more knowledgeable, because I constantly just read books and books, blogs, and just learn. I'm just learning about the world every day. You are the teacher, and that's how it feels to me. I am the teacher of myself as a being.